Thank you for tuning into this presentation. My name is Ashleen and I'm going to walk you through my work. First of all, it is a risk registry from a natural capital and from a tropical urban perspective, using Singapore as a case study. So what is a risk registry? It is a systematic monitoring management tool for assessing tropical urban natural capital and its trends in Singapore. So why do we need the risk registry? Pressures on the environment means that the natural capital assets are continuing to decline and degrade, putting such benefits at risk. So this is actually a major challenge to monitor the natural asset. As one goes, Singapore may not have a relatively large amount of natural asset, but it is substantial enough for us to keep track of and to see how different it is from a tropical perspective. So there are three areas that we will look at. First of all is to assess the contemporary state of Singapore's natural capital using three characteristics: quantity, quality, and spatial configuration. Secondly, we will assess the recent historical and future trends in Singapore natural capital. So we will use plans, policies, grey literatures to help us along. For example, we will use the Singapore Green Plan 2030 as one of our targets. Thirdly, we need to understand how applicable is it to a city, in a city context. Is it much more heterogeneous? So prioritization of the asset benefit is key. So altogether, we will have 11 habitats, ecosystems per se, and we came up with 10 different benefits with respect to a city context. For example, we will have the food and material provisioning, clean water, clean air, atmospheric composition using microclimate regulation, global climate. We will have hazard protection with regards to coastal and flooding. 6, we will have physical and mental well-being. 7, we will have the cultural heritage, culturally, aesthetically, and spiritually. 8, we will have the knowledge and information. 9, we will have biodiversity, and last of all, we have abiotic provisioning in terms of energy, marine and biodiversity trade, etc. So, next off, what we will do is we will set the criteria for prioritization using the national survey from NatCap, relevant policies and plans as I've mentioned to set the targets, and literature reviews to beef up the whole research. Last of all, of course, we will use expert opinions from National Capital Project, and we will come out with a risk registry matrix as shown here. About the risk registry scoring matrix is just like any matrices out there. They have green, yellow, and red. Red being highest risk and green being lowest risk. The column, we will have the ecosystem, and the rows, we will have the benefits that I've mentioned just now. We will identify each relationship, the column and row per one relationship, into 3 categories: negligible, minor, and prioritized relationship. There's nothing we can do about it, and it's not going to change, so we are going to filter them out, and we're going to focus on the minor and prioritized relationship. So 3 things that we have to think, main features that we have to keep in mind while we do this is to understand whether they are temporarily sensitive to policies relevant through the time scale. Does it actually have potential relevance and impact to human welfare in the past, present, or the future? And is there any ability for management and governance to influence these relationships? So why is it important for us to do the risk registry? First of all, we do understand that natural capital can translate through ecosystem goods and services into economical activities for production, consumption, goods and service, and it can have a positive and negative impact in turn for the natural capital. And here in Singapore, we do understand that natural capital is essential to our mental well-being, recreational, especially in COVID times. So, all in all, most importantly, we hope that the risk registry can review gaps in the knowledge for a better natural capital management in a city context, and how do we apply it to urbanized area in future. So thank you for tuning in, and hope it was informative for you. Feel free to reach out to us in the Natural Capital team. Thank you. Have a nice day.